Hello and welcome to Fandom Exchange with Heather
and Lindsay.
Hello.
Hello.
Good news, bad news. Good news, Sherlock Season 3 clues, rat wedding bow.
Bad news, I got nothing.
Good news, Sam Claflin has been cast as Finnick Dare in Catching Fire.
Bad news, people won't stop bitching about it until Mockingjay casting.
Super good news, Joss Whedon is set to write and direct a S.H.I.E.L.D. pilot for ABC.
Bad news, Fox will probably cancel it.
So over the last few weeks, there's been a lot of couple polls on certain websites where people go online and try to vote for their favorite couple. The current poll that everyone is talking about is the After Elton poll. And After Elton is promoting non-canon / couples. And it, of course, as every online poll does, it has spiraled into a fandom explosion. Fans need something to do.
Yes. We are creative people, and if we don't get creative, we get crazy.
Yeah, when the cat's away, the mice lose their fucking minds, and polls are a good example of that.
Polls can be good because they... The good thing about this After Elton poll is, though, that we get to talk about our non-canon pairings that we really like. And there's a lot of them on this poll. There's 4 pages worth on the actual site that aren't canon and that are actually pretty popular with fandom, and it's really fun to get to actually, express our love for these pairings when we don't usually get to in a kind of public way.
It's just for your dreams and wish couples.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's a really positive thing for them to do. I have 2 big problems with online polls. One of them is the cheating that happens, because the cheating is rampant. I know people who create bots and have created bots to make their voting speed up and to get more votes for the couple or whatever it is. People start entire campaigns to have people sitting on hold all day and all night voting over and over and over again.
There's also a way to cheat by voting somebody else down, even if it's not against your ship, voting for somebody else's ship to vote down the ship that you don't like.
Also, I think the cynic in me thinks that these polls are basically only created so that the website or whatever it is can get more page hits and thus more ad revenue. I think that's what it is. I'm never really big into polls.
Polls can also be bad for fandom in general because it creates contention between people who have opposing ships. Fans can get really riled up about who they love.
And I think a lot of times people put this investment into these polls hoping that they will change something.
Mm-hmm.
And most internet polls go nowhere. All this work and time and effort goes into them, and there's never usually a positive result other than, hey, we want a poll.
One of the exceptions was Jeff Davis, who is the producer of Teen Wolf. Somebody sent him a link and he saw how many people had voted for Derek and Styles. He was surprised by the amount of people who voted for them. So there's one positive way that can go, but most of the time, nobody will see it. Polls kind of fall into the same category as other fandom things like campaigns or petitions. I have a lot of feelings about petitions.
Why do you hate petitions, Heather?
I hate petitions because, the petitions I've seen in the fandoms I've been in are mostly for getting your ship to become canon, which is just pushy to me and kind of tacky, and I'm sorry if you've started a petition before, but I just personally don't like them.
I get the concept of trying to make a list of, look how many names there are for this idea. But yeah, I can see how they can be exploited or just used to rile up people. There's one thing fandom doesn't need. It doesn't need to be riled up any more than it already is. Polls, campaigns, and petitions are like throwing gasoline on a fire.
Mm-hmm. Very true. And
So, who do you think the poll is going to come down to?
Dun dun dun! I think the poll is going to come down to Steric versus D.S.T.L. The Supernatural and the Teen Wolf fandoms are the same fandom.
Yeah, they basically are.
Basically.
Will Wincest fans start voting for Steric just so Dina Cass won't win?
Ooh.
Or will, vice versa somehow?
I think that's going to happen. It's going to be epic.
Who are you voting for, Heather?
Do you want to know? Who are you voting for, Lindsay?
So what are your thoughts about polls? Do you love them? Do you hate them? Who are you voting for? Start a ship war in the comments. We would love to see them.
Bring it on.
Gotta hear it.
And that's this week's episode of
Fandom Exchange.
Thank you for watching, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.
Um,
This isn't a democracy, Amber. It's a chairocracy.
you're a psychotic. Oh.